Please welcome Allianz Life Indonesia Chief Digital Information, Mr. Mike Sutton. Good afternoon, Mike.
Good afternoon. Yeah, Mike is fine. Don't worry.
Okay. So yeah, please do share your success story with us with the transformation, especially in digital area. The screen is yours.
The screen is mine. So first of all, thank you very much for inviting me to speak today. Allianz very much appreciates the opportunity to share our transformation journey. Do you want me to share my slides, or have you got slides that you're sharing? You're sharing. Okay. So hold on one second. Okay, so before we continue into the presentation, I just want to outline that we've been doing transformation or digital transformation within Allianz Indonesia now for quite a few years. Our focus is on becoming a true digital insurer. The journey I'm going to share with you today is one of our most successful digital journeys, agent journeys actually. And that's around our Allianz Discover platform. Next slide, please. Okay, so just some background. We talk about our Allianz Discover platform. It's really a collaboration between ourselves and our strong agency sales force. For those that you may not know, we heavily focus on selling protection insurance to our customers, and our agency force is a key driver of that. When you look at digital and transformation within Allianz, it's not just a technology transformation, right? It's a people transformation in the way we work, and that's why it's so important for us to have our digital and agile transformation, and we consider them as one. We don't believe that you can effectively do digital transformation without also changing the way that you work, and that involves agile transformation also. Next slide, please. Okay, so first of all, how is our digital solution different to many of the other solutions that maybe other insurers are offering? So our solution, first of all, is a tablet solution. So the agents run this solution on their tablets. They basically can perform pretty much all of their activities on the tablet or on the Discover platform. The three key areas where we differentiate ourselves, and there is actually a fourth now, but maybe I'll talk about that later, is we do a very intuitive drag and drop needs discovery process, which is more like a gamified activity that the agent can perform with the customer. The other one is that we use OCR as much as we can, specifically around capturing the details of our customers from their ID cards and things like this. So we reduce the amount of keying in that the agent needs to do. Finally, one of the things that we do use is we have an expert underwriting system, and our expert underwriting system is what's known as a reflexive questioning solution, which means that when the agent is asking the customer's medical questions, for example, it only asks for the relevant questions based on previous answers. Okay, so next slide, please. Okay, so what did it look like for our poor agents before we did this transformation? There's a lot of words on this slide, I apologize for that, but basically the problem with our agents previously was everything was heavily paper-based. They would do some illustrations and so forth on tools that we provided, but in terms of the whole application process, it was very long, It was heavily reliant on paper forms, and there was a lot of back and forth between the underwriters and the agent. Whoops, gone a bit far. Yeah, no, back one more. That's it. In order to be able to close the sale, which of course had some negative impacts in terms of drop-off and not a great user experience for our customers. Next slide, please. So what do we have? So the new world for our agents, right, and our customers. So basically, they have their leads are now all digitized. We can do the analysis of the customer's needs, as I spoke to before, as part of a gamification process. The application itself can be signed by the agent and the customer on the tablet, and we now have a solution which we call Easy Cover, which comes along with our Discover platform, where we can do a full sales process beginning to end remotely. And we rely a lot on some cloud technologies and facial recognition and video conferencing technologies to achieve that. One of the other things that we focus on as well is to be able to provide our solution in both the online and offline mode. That helps a lot with our agents that work in remote areas. And finally, we try and create a full digital policy. So the digital policy is triggered at the back-end systems and sent to the customer and the agent as soon as the policy application is approved. Next slide, please. Okay, so this is just an example of where our solutions are used, right? So if you look across the whole of Indonesia, our solution is pretty much used across the whole gamut. So we have 35,000 agents, and every one of them can use this tool in order to sell insurance to our customers. Next slide, please. So what was one of the key success factors to our transformation, and this is specifically with Discover, but also for our other digital initiatives that we've performed in claims and customer service and things like this. I would say the key to its success is really around the whole agile practice that was established to support the transformation. In doing so, we set up an innovation lab. You see that on the left. And then we have completely melded teams, which we call, we have the tribe and the tribe set up, and then we have our separate Scrum teams underneath. And they basically combined of business users and IT developers and all the IT tech, and they all work in one team together, and they don't have another day job. And so this is something that we have a lot of pride in, and something that helps us drive forward quickly our transformation. Next slide, please. Okay, so what's the old world versus the new world? This is just a re-illustration of some of the words previously. As you can see at the top, right, very paper-based, a lot of toing and froing with the agent going to see the customer back and forth and so on and so forth. And even the payment processes were quite cumbersome. But now, as you can see below, with a fully digitized process, so we have a fully digitized process end to end, where there's no, once the agent does the submission, there's no other contact with a person before the policy is issued, unless it needs to go to underwriting. But effectively, we can issue a policy now within 5 minutes, whereas before it could take anywhere from 7 days plus. Next slide, please. Okay, and so what is the some of the evidences of our success? So if you can see here, this is pretty much our scorecard. So these are OKRs that we use to track our successes. And one of the key drivers here is that we have 96% of all of our applications now coming in, and I think it's actually 98 now. 98% of all our applications coming in to issue policies through a digital channel. We also have some very good ratings from our agents and our customers, and our NPS scores and satisfaction scores are very high. You can also see that one of the other byproducts at the bottom is that we do reduce some of the error rates that we used to have previously. And so these digital tools help again in smoothing the process and speeding up the issuance of the protection cover for our customers.